Everybody, Facebook Live episode, question mark, question mark. We're not keeping track anymore. I'm Mike Lyon, and this is
Jen Barkin.
And for those of you who don't know us, we are with Do You Convert. We're glad you're here today. We're excited that you're here today. And we've got some fun stuff to share with you today. You might notice new office.
Oh.
Ooh. Yes, Mike Lyon
so
has
pretty
moved
and
offices.
shiny.
Yep, we got multiple colors. We have chosen the blue light for today for Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I thought that's pretty cool. So if you're here, if you're joining us, chat out on here, comment, let us know, smash the heart or the thumbs up or the wow or the cry face. We'll take any kind of.
And comment if you like Mike's background.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we want to hear feedback.
Yes. You know? So why do we like Facebook Live so much? Well, there's a lot of ways that you can engage with us. First of all, a little shout out to Jen on Opt-in, her new video series. Online People Talking. We love it. We had a great interview with the Stylecraft team on how they work in teams, what works for them, what works well. So Jen, good job. Well done.
Thank you.
Another video coming soon.
Super fun. It was awesome. Great. And you never know. I might be calling you for a video.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Greg, thank you so much. He's giving me props all the way from
comment
Canada.
And say hi, so we know that you're there.
Greg from Canada. Oh, Frankie says yes.
Frankie.
Frankie's a video superstar. We'll take it. Thank you, Frankie. So Jen, shout out to that. Other thing I want to give out to everybody, whether you're online sales, marketing, it doesn't matter who you are, go check out Market Proof Marketing. Online salespeople, you can be smarter than your marketing manager if you just listen to the 54 episodes, right? You'll learn it all. It's a masterclass. So what do we like doing here at Do You Convert is providing free resources, tools, and just ways to engage with the masses. So that's what Facebook Live is for, but it only works if you're chatting to us, talking to us. This is how we make our friends. So Jen, we've got some fun stuff happening. Yeah. It's summertime, but it's a little wonky out there. Why don't you talk a little bit about what's happening in the marketplace?
Yeah, it's the summer solstice, right? So that can feel good, and that can feel kind of, I'm feeling a little like what's going on. I'm feeling a little lull. I'm feeling a little weird right now. So totally normal, right? My favorite thing about a summer solstice personally is right now, much to the dismay of my family, we have decided to better ourselves by cutting out red meat, cutting out pork, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, trying to exercise, biking everywhere, scootering everywhere. And, they're like, what is happening in my life? But the best part about it, I don't know if my husband's watching, is seeing him morph into, he's been resistant to it. Yeah. And he's morphing into actually embracing it. And so it's kind of cool because it leads into some things we want to talk about with you today. But I've been hearing from several online salespeople that, hey, summer solstice to them right now is, I'm feeling like my leads may be down. My appointments aren't showing up like they're supposed to. I've got some more no-shows than normal. And I'm like, it's totally normal because, hey, I've got an appointment scheduled to go see this house, but hey, I just got an offer to go to the beach. I might ditch my appointment to go see this new home and go to the beach instead. Totally normal, totally happens.
Hey, I want to talk about that. Even in our own Do You Convert world, coaching calls get rescheduled at the last minute. My wife does coaching. Her coaching calls, people are rescheduling or sometimes even no showing. It's the summertime weirdness, right? And so there's a lot of things that are vying for our attention.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you feel that, right? Do you sit back and cry in your cereal?
Yeah. No. No, you don't. And here's the thing. It's like, there's not much you can do about, you can't go pick up your person, interrupt their beach day and take them to your appointment. So there's not much that you can do when things like that.
You could, you get arrested.
Yeah. That might be a little kidnapping. Yeah. That might be a little weird. Yeah. Other than double confirming and things like that, being super proactive and setting the expectations really well for your appointments. Other than that, there's not much that you can do with that. But there are some things that you can be doing with some of that summer solstice downtime that could really benefit you. I love this quote by Damian Lillard, who is I wrote this down because I didn't really know who he was until my husband sent me this meme in our family group chat. He is a point guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm sure you knew that, Mike, right?
Hey, yeah, come on. Yeah.
But he said, if you want to look good in front of thousands, you have to outwork thousands in front of nobody.
Hey, speaking of looking good, look at Christina's husband there on that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, watch out.
Seriously, right?
He's a machine.
Good players work out. Great players outwork.
That's right.
And so, when he sent that, I was like, that's really awesome because, we're always telling that to our kids, right, Mike?
Absolutely. Yeah. Every time before practice, when Nate goes, he's in a competitive basketball team, I say, listen, bud, how do you practice? And he goes, I practice harder than I play. And he was like, exactly. Because if you train hard, you play easy, right? That's an old Muhammad Ali quote. And so that's the mentality you don't get to phone it in for practice. Like when you're ready for game time, you've got to put in the work. And I think sometimes we see people getting affected by this or not embracing their whole job or not taking it seriously or not looking at the online sales program as actually a program. And we saw that recently with a huge little, what do we call it? The call rail kerfuffle.
Snafu, yikes, right? Everyone went into freak out mode.
Chat it out. First of all, chat it out if you freaked out when you had to go in there and adjust your call rail settings. Go ahead and let us know if that happened. We want to see who dealt with that.
As a former online sales specialist, I felt for you. I really did. I felt for you because I was thinking, holy moly, my world is coming to an end. It happened kind of like on a weekend, right? And it was just craziness, right? But yikes. And it really hit me as a coach for Do You Convert? One, I've done a terrible job in justice in explaining in detail some of the intricacies of call rail and call flows and how to set those things up. So I take that on. But secondly, it hit me that we aren't taking ownership of our tools, right? These tools that are provided to you are there, not just, to cause you heartache when things like this happen, but they're there to make your life better, and they are for you truly to be using. And so we've got to take back ownership of some of these things and really, really learn and really become very familiar with all the details and how they work.
Yeah, absolutely. So when the call rail outage happened, you had to go in there and make some adjustments to things that had been set up previously. And for anybody who's come into this role where either it's already been set up or someone has done it for you, you kind of just look at it and go, I'm good. I get my voicemails, I get my transcriptions, I get my updates, I'm fine. But you're using literally 10% of the program. We're not using the other 80% of the program. But Jen, don't be too hard on yourself because
we're guilty of this too, right? Personally.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's funny when you think about it too, because not using your tool. We just moved. So we moved homes and I'm sitting here still pressing the garage door opener on my visor, to my garage door opener, right next to the little built-in garage door opener that's on my visor, because I haven't sat down and programmed that in yet, because I'm just like, it's up there. It looks, like garbage. And I could program it right into my car. Or, Jen, I don't know about you, and I want to get a Facebook poll from everybody. Don't worry, we're not going to show your stuff on the screen. I want to do a poll real quick. How many of you guys use the automatic AC feature in your car? Because this is something interesting. So if you use it, say, yes, I use the automatic AC feature. Or if you don't use it, say, no, I don't use it. So do me a favor. I need your help. This is the interactive portion. Say, yes, I use AC automatic, or no. Because, when we travel around, a lot of people pick us up from the airport. And I'm telling you, over 60% of the time I get in, people are like, it's on 70, it's on max AC. They're messing with the dial. Are you comfortable?
I was going to say max AC, right? It's blazing hot. You get in immediately, like air conditioned max AC.
Yeah. And and that's not the best way to run it. You've got auto that will automatically detect and control it and set the temperature. And most of you guys have dual zones. Look, Stephanie says no. Laura says no. People won't use it. It's the best thing that you could possibly do. It's like a thermostat for your car. Lucky doesn't do it. Oh my goodness.
But it's like
amazing.
who really like gets a new car and reads the manual and like investigates how to do that? You're like, just give me the well, besides Mike, just give me the basics, right?
Yeah.
Like I just want to make sure I know how to like work the basics, and I don't want to go too far into.
I think that's what I'm gonna if I ever had another kid, that's not gonna happen because that's not me. I'm gonna name him Max AC. That'd be pretty cool, right? Anyway. All right. So, but there's just an example of everybody. So Lucky, Laura, Stephanie, I see you, Christina, Teresa. Yeah, go in and choose auto and pick that perfect comfort level. If it's 70, 71, 69, wherever you like it, and watch what magically happens. You don't have to do anything when you get in the car. It'll blow cold as soon as it can blow cold. And once it's right at that perfect temperature, it's going to ease up a little bit and move the AC around. It's magic, but that's an example of knowing your tools, right? So CallRail was the first one. We got to get out there. And I don't want Jen to be too hard on herself because, CallRail sent an email, right? Yeah. Then right after that, and we saw it, we got calls. And we're like, oh, crap, how do we fix this? Then Jen recorded a video and sent an email. But we still had customers reaching out to us going, what's happening? Yeah. Texting Jen, my CallRail's broken. And we're like, did you not read any of the emails?
I know.
Like, and that's just kind of keeping those antennas up for things are constantly changing, whether it's an outage or an accident or just new features and benefit. There's always things changing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And just taking a moment, like Mike was saying, that, if you're coming into the role, it's already set up, or somebody sets it up for you or whatever, just taking the time to really understand how it all works and not just trusting it at face value, asking questions about it. That goes with anything. Always be asking questions, always be wanting to understand how things work. I always joke with my clients, if I were to get hit by a bus today, would you be okay moving forward? Like you need to feel completely confident about your process, your tools, your role, not having an outside person to rely on, but like really taking ownership of everything. So CallRail is the first one. We want to talk about some of the tools and some of the new things that have come out that you really need to be paying attention to. So CallRail, definitely be paying attention to those emails that come through. Don't just trash them in your inbox. What else, Mike?
We got lassos next. So I'm thinking of things that you're in all the time. So we're working leads all the time. We're getting calls all the time. And CallRail changes their dashboard like every 42 days.
That's true.
So Lasso, another one, this was interesting. They announced that they have a new automation feature that really makes your follow-up life easier and better. And it came out via email and people were talking about it and we posted it on stuff. But then still a month into the process, people have been like, yeah, I haven't really done anything with that yet. And it's as simple as go into your process, check a box, hit save, right? But again, we just are more comfortable with the way that it is, or we're waiting for somebody to like do it for us. And whether it's CallRail or whether it's Lasso, whether it's Salesforce, whether it's HubSpot, doesn't matter what you're using. They're always implementing new features. They're always changing things because it's a competitive environment. And the question is, when you see it come out, you've got to kind of run it through this checklist. Does this apply to me? Ooh, maybe. I want to try it. Okay, when can you try it? And then after you try it, right, don't just give up if you can't figure it out or it breaks. You can literally Google just about anything in any of these support files, or you can go on the help section and they will walk you through, usually step by step with a job aid or a video on how to do it. But you've got to slow down enough to be efficient enough. You've got to program the garage door opener.
Right.
100% of the people who responded said they do not use the auto feature. Next time you get in the car, I want my words to be haunting you. Oh, I should turn on auto on my air conditioner, right, to see if this works. So Lasso, the CRM was the next one. What about you? We got more stuff. What do we use every day?
Yeah. So the other thing that a lot of you are using all the time is BombBomb, right, for your video emails. BombBomb in the last year has really come out with a lot of newer features. They've got, the Gmail Outlook plugins that make it super quick and easy to send video emails. They've got the snippets thing that you can use, which is awesome. Screen recordings, the old way of inserting a video email into a template where 40 different steps. Now it's like 2 or 3 steps with the instant HTML code that's created. So a lot of these things I'm finding that, some people are still not using, but it's been rolled out for quite some time. So again, go on to the website of your vendor and check out any new features. Like Mike was saying, there's tons of videos on there, support videos that give you lots of examples and easy tutorials and way to do things for sure.
That's exactly right. Now I get a little shame here from Christina. She says she'll use the auto AC when you program the garage door opener.
Shade. Shots fired.
Let me just give a little counterpoint to your point there, Christina. Number one, my garage doors are Wi-Fi operated. Number two, it works from my phone and my watch. Number two, I have programs automatic close after an hour of being open, automatic closes if it's open. So I played around with this. I just haven't done my car yet. So I just moved. Give me just a minute. We had a lot of things going on.
At least you have a garage.
Yeah.
I don't even have a garage.
Oh, we'll get you one of those. And Christina, how long have you had the auto feature in your car? I'm just asking. All right. So, but no, that's true. BombBomb has great features. And again, we want to make sure that we're utilizing everything. I want to talk about, Christina says, whatever. We're getting in a social media fight. I love it. It's fun. So something that made me think about BombBomb and because I don't see a lot of people talking about some of this stuff. And I know BombBomb is always one of those tools. Thinking about leveraging your tools. What about your own actual desk space, personal space? Ooh. Like, are you not using video email because your webcam's garbage, your lighting's garbage, your backdrop is garbage, your sound is terrible? Sometimes you look at the final output, it's like, we need to slow down and get some lights like I've got here shining in on me. Get a backdrop, takes a little bit of time. Get your sound set up where you like it. Get it to where you feel comfortable with it. Or, get your desk set up with dual monitors and your wireless keyboard and your mouse and all those things that make your actual physical life better. And don't be sitting there working on tiny keyboards with webcams.
How many of you are still working off of a little laptop, right? Where you're like, that's okay, I'm mobile. And you've got you're going with your laptop. I'm mobile.
I can work from anywhere, but I won't be working for long because I have carpal tunnel syndrome.
Happy, comfortable online salespeople make for successful online salespeople.
Yes.
Just saying.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I think.
Beware of the bouncy balls, though. If you decide to get I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I got a bouncy ball to sit on because I wanted to adjust my core as I was working.
Yes.
It ended very badly one day when I flew off of it during a call. So beware of the bouncy ball, but stand-up desks are awesome.
Yes. We got Jen a life alert necklace to wear next time she falls. Get your own T-Rex arms. That's right, Lacey. So thinking about those tools, all that fun stuff that you guys have at your disposal, but don't be afraid to go in and walk in and say, I need this to be successful in my position. I need a faster computer. I need high-speed internet. I need all these things, right? So the final thing really is looking at like an example of a tool that can make your life better is leveraging chat. Now, for those of you who followed Do You Convert for a while, you know that we weren't like super high on chat 2 years ago because we had a million calls that weren't being answered. We have all these leads coming in where people aren't following up fast enough. Why add one more thing to the mix that does not allow you to easily identify, is this someone who I should be chatting with? Because the problem was we were getting chat from vendors.
Yeah. What's the paint color in my home?
Customers, warranty. And the expectation was immediate response, and it was a pain in the butt, right? Well, now all these chat tools have what they call playbooks or routines that you can use to where they're leveraging a quote unquote bot to sniff out like, what do you really need? And then once it's a lead, then it gets flagged for you. So that's just sitting down with a chat tool, either that you used before or looking at a new one and saying, how can we put this on the system to where there's another way to interact with us? People have been using it with great success. And instead of getting 30 chats and only 27 of them were non-lead chats. Like you only have 3 of them.
Leads.
Yeah, 3 of them out of the 30 would be worthwhile. Now you have an actual way to do this and have something else screening for you. Just like in your call rail tool, you have a call flow that screens out people and sends them the right direction. You can do the same thing on chat. So
that's awesome.
All of those things that we talk about here just go back to the fact that you are building a program. And that's the big picture philosophy of, it's not just you. Like, we don't want this program to disappear if you disappeared. We want you to be able to build something sustainable and something that you can scale. If it's all just relying on an individual person or the knowledge that's in your head and things that you can't repeat and replicate and duplicate at will, the definition of a process, right? Then we're not adding a tremendous amount of value to our organization. You go, well, hey, I'm adding value. Yes, you are, but you want to build a program, right? A business within the business. We talk about that all the time. And that is all about knowing your tools, not relying on someone else to set it up and have this for you. What is a coach? A coach is someone who shows you what you're doing well, shows you what you can improve on, gives you motivation, encourage you, but the coach can't go in and play the game for you, right? And so when call rail goes down, you should be ready to fix it. When there's something new is out there, you should be able to go in and make the changes. Mm-hmm. And so that's our encouragement to everybody in the role of online sales is, know your stuff.
Now is the time to do some of that stuff, right? And take the time to read up on it and try it out and practice it. You wouldn't want to do this in the spring market when you're crazy and your head is exploding. No right? way. But now is a good time if you're feeling that lull right now, for sure.
Yes. So I want to wrap it up, and Jen, I want you to say some things here. Hey, Carol, good to see you as always. Yes, how far we have come, and that's the great news, is that the technology is constantly improving month after month. It's just getting better and faster. So, but good to see you here on Facebook Live. One thing I want to leave you with here today, our goal is, again, at Do You Convert, is to move the online sales program from a position of kind of like an add-on, bolt-on, nice to have, to a position of prominence in our industry. And we're seeing that happen, and we're super excited about it. But that means everybody who's in this role, you have to basically operate on the level that you expect to be treated, right? And so get involved. We tell people all the time, get involved in things like this, Facebook Live. Leave your comments, leave your digital trace and digital footprint to say, hey, this person is in the industry, commenting, paying attention. You need to be involved on those Facebook groups. That's a great place to get involved in. You need to be thinking about anything that you can do in person, like at the International Builder Show or PCBC. You need to be thinking about getting involved in the summit. It's sold out this year. We're not trying to sell it, but next year, get on the wait list. You need to also think about submitting yourself for the nationals. That has opened up. So we need successful online sales people to go out there and submit, because it is important. Your job is important, and it's a career. It's not a job, it's a career. And so we are always excited about surrounding ourselves with professionals just like this. And we love the comments. I see this stuff coming back here. I love
what Lacey says. You can only be as successful as you set yourself up to be.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's take the last 3 minutes. We're going to do some questions and answers. So if you've got questions, we want to give you access to us and Jen's mind, really, because it's the smart one. So Ashley says she's curious about the chat system, looking into that. That's great. There's a couple out there that we have really enjoyed. Intercom is a great one. Drift is a great one. Live Person has some of these automation and the chat bots or the routines that you can plug in there. Most of the chat systems that have been there for a while have these new features that allow you to kind of pre-screen chats and do all that stuff. So
just chat, we had this conversation the other day. Chat is really only effective if you can live chat quickly too and be responsive.
Yes. Yeah, someone asked us that. They go, what does the chat response time need to be? And I said, less than 2 minutes. That's why it's called live chat, not like, after the fact chat. It's like people are expecting instantaneous responses. So you don't just put chat on, go, ooh, this is cool, and nobody monitors that. That's just a form. That's an email form. And if you can't monitor it, You can't do it. Also, the other big thing we say about chat is if you're off, chat is off.
Right.
Don't do hosted chat. That's terrible. Don't try and have robots act as people. That when we say bots and things like that, is not acting as people. It's really just kind of helping people self-select
Right.
The level of interaction they can get. Don't ever have bots pretending to be humans. That doesn't make any sense in our industry, and for something as expensive and complex as it is. Hosted chat does not work. I'm sorry for the hosted chat companies out there who are getting mad at me right now, but it doesn't. We've tried it a million times. It just doesn't work, right? There's too many questions, too many complexities. So great feedback and question on that one. Anybody else has questions, please do chat it out now. Jen, any questions that you've heard from people recently that we could answer live? Anything that people are sending out our way or talking about?
Yeah, that was really, that chat one came to mind because that was recent.
I'm hearing one about home offices. So can online sales people work from home? Like we're getting that a lot. Like as we're hiring, like is that a good way to attract people? Do they like it? Here's our philosophy on working from home. We don't care where you work from. The good news is about online sales, everything we watch everything.
Yeah.
We see the calls coming in, we know your answer rate, we see leads coming in, we know your response rate, we can see your email communication going in and out, we see how you're writing, we see how you're talking, and we're listening to calls. It's the most tracked position in the universe, right?
Yeah.
So we know when you're working and we know when you're not, just like Santa Claus. However, working from home means you have a professional home office.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cell phone that works.
Yeah.
You don't have distraction, dogs barking, kids yelling. You're not like just hanging out and you're at home and
you're not on your couch chilling.
Yeah, no, you got to be in a professional home office. Jen has a home office. I have a home office. It is professional. So work from wherever you want. Now, if you're brand new to the role, you got to be in the office for 90 days, right? The other thing I would encourage you, online salespeople, if you work from home and you only work from home, a surprising thing happens in the world of home building, which is notoriously behind for an industry. People kind of forget you exist. Because all you do is internet stuff, and then you don't show up in the office.
Out of sight, out of mind.
You don't want that. You got to put some FaceTime in there. You got to be at the office. You got to participate in some of those things. You got to visit the community. So don't slink away to your hidey hole. We don't want to do that. Lacey says robots are gross, and she also says, "Tell me about the nationals." Well, Jen has won twice.
Yes.
So nice she won nationals twice. Why don't you talk about that? Because you're the pro.
Yeah, no, Lacey, that's awesome. So nationals, National Association of Home Builders, Sales and Marketing Council every year puts together these awards, and you can apply for it. So they have an online sales category. They have sales categories, all kinds of marketing categories, sales teams and everything. So you can apply. It's a pretty lengthy entry form. It does cost money to apply, but I will give you a little bit of advice. It's all about telling a great story about your journey in this role, about working through a difficult situation, challenges, things like that. So the personal statement that you submit about your role and your journey is really important if you decide to apply. I haven't even told Mike this yet, but I just found out yesterday that if you are a working team in a shared role, you can apply as a team. So online sales, yes, I just found this out yesterday. So if you like a Tanner and a Lacey, you guys could apply together as a team as long as you are shared. It's a shared role. So that's news. It doesn't say online sales team when you go to the nationals.com. You would just apply as online sales. I think they say online sales consultant of the year is what you would be applying for.
Interesting. We need to make sure everybody knows that and emails that out, because that's new. A lot of people have maybe won it before, submitted before. Now they can submit as a team. Well, good stuff.
Yeah, she said they did their first one last year. So this is new. And
there you go.
Get out there and apply, guys. And if you have questions about it, email me. I'm happy to help.
Absolutely. So thank you. We're going to sign off. Before we do, smash the heart, like, thumbs up, comment on Jen's office. I still like your office better. I mean, my sign is new and there's lights, but it's not as warm as yours. So we appreciate you. Mike Lyon here with Jen Barkin. We are with Facebook, live. Do you convert live episode? Question mark, question mark. Thank you so much. Be sure to head over to our website, doyouconvert.com. Sign up for our email newsletter. Don't miss a single news update, tip, trick, or pretty pictures of things that we're doing. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you for your commitment to this wonderful industry that we work in, the home building industry. And we will see you again very soon. Bye, everybody.